Hi, and welcome back. I started this channel because there's not a lot of black women progressives out there, and I figured that we need a voice because there are a lot of black women progressives. My journey is that of I did not know that I was a black progressive. I thought I was a liberal Democrat, even what you would call a not neoconservative, excuse me, liberal, I guess. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, I can't get my wording today because I've been working all night. So I started the channel way back, a while back, and I haven't posted very much since the start of all the COVID stuff. I've been working with a lot of COVID patients, and don't even get me started on that. I'm gonna make a whole other video about the COVID situation and the mask issues and people not wanting to wear masks. And initially, I really wasn't in on the mask thing, but then, and even being a nurse, that's sad, but I wear one all the time, everywhere I go in public, because it's not about protecting just myself, it's about protecting others, and I take care of others for a living, so I have to make sure that I'm protecting others. So it's really sunny today, or this morning. But anyway, I digress. I got off subject there. So yeah, my story of telling this is everything changed when that man, we need not name, became president, and I thought that I was a liberal. Turns out I was more progressive than I thought. And so in 2017, I started going to YouTube because CNN just was not doing anything for me. MSNBC was not doing anything for me, and I just could not wrap my head around the thought of why Donald Trump won the election. So I started looking for alternative news sources and trying to figure this thing out. I mean, I still was watching CNN every now and then and checking them out and watching a lot of Don Lemon, which I respect him. I love Don Lemon. I think he's awesome. But so I was like, there's got to be some alternative news sources, and a lot of people on my Facebook were watching YouTube and said, check out YouTube. And I never really watched YouTube like that. And I know my kids always watched it and stuff, but I didn't realize they had alternative news media out there. And that's when I discovered TYT. TYT is also, it's a media company that's based on YouTube, and they've been around for, I don't want to get it wrong, 17 years or something like that. I hope I didn't get it wrong. Anyway, TYT stands for the Young Turks. Founded by Jake Uger. I hope I say his name right. A long time ago, and they're one of the most watched alternative news sources. I love him and Anas Kasparian. I love John Nadarota. Oh God, what's their producer's name? I can't think of his name, but he's funny as heck. But I love TYT. TYT kind of opened my eyes. I kind of saw a different side of politics. Started learning more and more about politics. I always was political, but not to the point where I am now, where I know a lot more things. But TYT kind of pushed me a little bit away from that neoliberalism, and I kind of opened my eyes and was like, oh, I never do. I agree with that. I agree with that. Yes, get money out of politics. Yes. Medicare for all. Hold that thought. We'll talk about that later. It makes sense. College for all. Yes, it makes sense. Me as on the verge of, I don't know what my, what's the word I'm looking for? What era I'm from? This era, oh God. This working night shift is starting to get to me as I get older. Generation. I'm in between Generation X and Millennial. They even sometimes call them Zennials because, like, I'm on the cusp there. I kind of don't really fit the Generation X, but I fit the Millennial to a certain point. Anyway, so I always go off on tangents, and I forgot what this was related to, but I digress. So I was really like thinking that, you know, I was more neoliberalistic, but so I just started watching TYT. Then I discovered David Dole. I think that's how you say his last name. He's a Canadian that covers alternative news and progressive stuff. I discovered Kyle Kulinski. I think I discovered Kyle Kulinski before the Humanist Report and David Dole. I love Kyle. Kyle just keeps it real. He is who he is. It is what it is. He keeps it real. He sticks to his platform. He sticks to his beliefs. I mean, he is on point. Like, if he tells you he's an absolutist on something, he's an absolutist on something. No matter who is presenting the point, no matter who started on it, you know, he's a free speech absolutist. So he's all for free speech for the most racist, the Republicans, whomever. If you want to say it, you say it, because he's an absolutist. And so that's what I like about him, his honesty, his trueness. Then I also started watching the Majority Report, and then I just want to say I'm sad to hear about Michael Brooks, who's also on the Majority Report, and he had his own show. So, you know, and with his death that I found out yesterday, I was like, I got to get back on my YouTube channel and honor this man and try to stand up for something and be one of the Black progressive voices. And I just want to kind of pull that out of America, and we already have it. The Zennials, Gen Zers, they are awesome. They are like, I don't even know what to say for that generation. Like, I'm proud. Plus, my stepdaughter, she's one of those as well. So, wow. Oh yeah, and my middle daughter, she's also what you would consider a Zennial. Gen Zer, awesome. But so as I started watching all this progressive media, I completely stopped watching anything having to do with cable media news outlets. NBC, ABC, CBS, MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. I never watched them anyway. That's just state media. So my turning point was 2017, and the more I watched, the more progressive I became. Yeah, I even played with the idea of running for House of Representatives, the U.S. House of Representatives. But currently, in the county that I live in and the area the district that I live in, it's going to be kind of hard for me to win as a Black progressive fighting for all these ideals. I live in a county, first of all, that is Trump land in Florida. Let me just put it this way. I live about 40 minutes away from the villages. That says it all. So I don't know, just sharing my thoughts on here about things. It's going to be mostly opinion based, but I'm going to be expressing my opinions from the latest things that have been happening in politics in general. Donald Trump, I hate him. I got this from a fellow TikToker, because I'm on TikTok. I don't know his name, but he called him Cinnamon Hitler. That's like the funniest thing I have heard in a long time about Trump. But really, I can't stand the man, but I really think he's more of a symptom to a bigger issue. And that's some things that some people are missing. They're Trump. Yeah, Trump is an issue. Yeah, he's the president. We got to get him out, yes. But it's just not about getting him out. It's about policy and those policy issues. So I'm going to make this short and sweet because I don't want to be blah, 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 dragging on and on and on. I am Nikki B, the progressive. Can't talk. And I'm just here to say who I am. And these are just going to be raw cut videos. I'm not going to do much editing because I don't know how to do that quite yet, but I will get to that. But just I'm here expressing my opinion, being a woman of color and being a progressive. I want to draw more women of color out who are truly progressive, not liberal. That's not a term at all. I would consider myself a democratic socialist. And socialism is not all bad. It's only bad for the billionaires because, we're going to make them pay their fair share of taxes. Of course they're not going to like socialism. Trump's going to have to really pay his taxes. Of course he's not going to like socialism. None of them are. Corporations don't like socialism. This is what it is. But so, see you soon. Maybe later today when I'm on my way to work, I'll post another video. But I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this because I'm going to be busy coming